Mario's been in an Atari mood lately, so he brought with him today Donkey Kong Jr. for the Atari 7800, featuring some interesting label art. I don't know if Mario's ever looked more like a villain with this nice curly mustache and kind of slender figure as today as he teases Donkey Kong Jr. with his gigantic key. Look at that, it's like the size of his head plus some. Let's go ahead and take Donkey Kong Jr. popping into our Atari 7800 Pro system and find out how this version holds up. Let's go to the game! Donkey Kong Jr. is based on the 1982 Nintendo arcade sequel to Donkey Kong and was published by Atari in 1988. Donkey Kong Jr. is a platformer for 1 or 2 players alternating and has 3 modes of difficulty: Standard, Advanced, and Expert. According to the back of the box, Mario defeated Donkey Kong in the first game and is now holding them captive in a cage. Now it's up to Donkey Kong Jr. to get the key to unlock the cage for his dear old papa. In many ways, Donkey Kong Jr. on the 7800 is very similar to the NES version. In the game, you use up and down to climb vines and chains and left and right to move Jr. The button jumps, however, just like the original, you need to be careful when jumping and moving, as even the slightest fall can cost you a life. When climbing, you move up faster when holding 2 vines or chains, and down faster when holding just 1. There are also fruits on the stage that can be dropped on enemies by touching them. Donkey Kong Jr. contains all 4 stages of the arcade game, and follows the Japanese order that loops back to the beginning at a higher difficulty when you complete the final stage. The first stage contains several vines and platforms that you must navigate to the top. Also, Mario will release bear trap-like snapjaws, with the blue ones following a path off the screen and the red ones roaming back and forth. The second stage is often called the springboard stage, since it contains a springboard that you can get an extra boost in your jump with a properly timed button press. The stage also includes birds called nitpickers that drops eggs on you, and if they touch you, they kill you. The third stage is Mario's hideout, filled with various electrical sparks to avoid. The fourth stage is the final stage. It's the key stage. Here you must push 6 keys to the top of the screen while avoiding both snapjaws and nitpickers. If done successfully, you will rescue your papa and loop back to the beginning of the game with a greater difficulty. Point-wise, you get 100 points when you jump over an enemy, 200 points when you push a key into a lock in the final stage, 400 points when you drop a fruit, 800 points when it hits the first enemy, 1200 points for the second enemy it hits, and 1600 points when it hits a third enemy. Graphically speaking, the game looks pretty good, although not quite as good as the NES version. And just like Donkey Kong on the 7800, the sound suffers the most when compared to the NES version, but for the 7800 it does an okay job. Yes, I would consider this a family-friendly game, which is ironic considering in this game, Mario is the villain. On eBay, loose copies go for about $10, and new copies are selling for $20 to $30, and as always, those prices include shipping. So what did I think of Donkey Kong Jr. on the 7800? Well, it's not quite as good as the NES version, but it still plays great and is a lot of fun, although the sound does suffer a bit. So where am I going to rank Donkey Kong Jr.? Well, I did like the arcade conversion of Xevious and Dig Dug at 6 and 7 respectively more, but I am a Donkey Kong Jr. fan, and I would rather play it over the Solid Desert Falcon at number 8. So I'm going to make Donkey Kong Jr. my new number 8 ranked game for the Atari 7800. Donkey Kong Jr. is better on the NES, but it still has fun, solid gameplay to offer for 7800 owners. If you enjoy retro-related videos, would you please click the like and subscribe buttons? You can now support the show through Patreon as well. Just go to patreon.com/KnowsWhereGamer. Also be sure to check out some of my many other videos covering Atari, Sega, Nintendo, and more. I'm also a member of the Retro Junkies Network. You can find more retro podcasts and videos over at theretrojunkies.com. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of the Knows Where Gamer. Take care and never let Mario get close to your papa.